Hi, I'm Crystal. I'm 50 years of age. I'm a female and I live in Chatham in Kent. Um, I'm at home at the moment. I went to my parents yesterday for lunch. I had prawns and lobster. A small little pot with prawns and lobster and spinach mixed together and scallops, the seafood. My mum is allergic to seafood. That would have made her extremely ill, and so does ibuprofen make my mum ill. So I've survived the night. I've ate the prawns, I've ate the seafood. I haven't come out in a rash, so I'm not allergic to prawns, scallops, or lobster. When you're allergic to things, it's trial and error what you eat and what you breathe as to what's going to make you seriously ill and come out in a nasty rash and not be able to breathe properly. So I still don't know what it was that caused me breathing difficulty and a nasty rash which nearly put me in hospital. Anyway, so I went to my parents yesterday. I didn't uh, I did not go to the library. I wasn't in my flat. I didn't have workmen out to do gas central heating. I was at my parents' and I watched a film with Morgan Freeman in it from the 1990s when he was a young man, and me and my dad bid on. He helped me bid on properties in Gloucestershire and in Chatham. Um, in Chatham, I'm over sometimes 200 on the list, even though I'm a silver and significant need. They put me at number 200 and at 33 and 55. I never get near the top. And in Chatham, I get shortlisted, as I said, from 1 to 5, and they're giving me the properties that are shit and aren't fit to live in. So I'm forced to live in here. I'm very unhappy. I'm very depressed. And dirty workmen are coming out to various flats. We've now got scaffolding up near to my balcony. Fortunately for me, I've got nothing of value. Everything years ago was broken into bits. All my furniture is like broken. There's nothing of value at all. Um, I think even a poor homeless person, if he broke into here, would have a shock. Even if he wanted a tin of food out the cupboard, it's terrible. I'm living in really, really poor conditions, basically because I suffer from chronic pain. Um, Sunday I was extremely ill. I wanted to go to church, but I couldn't. So I cannot bend over the sink. I find it hard to get down the stairs. Um, when I do go out, I have extreme difficulty breathing when I come back home. And usually all the windows are shut, climb up the stairs, nearly collapse at the top, but hey ho, that's the way things are. I'm reading a book at the moment from the library that I got from Gillingham, American Princess, the love story of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry by Leslie Carroll. And I read it out loud to practice my vocal skills. So I read a few chapters out loud when I came back from my parents yesterday about racism. And there's a big debate. There was a big debate on this morning with Piers Morgan getting angry at a bloke saying that Great Britain is still a racist country. So I've just watched the argument on the television, and I was reading about racism in this book last night. Basically, Meghan, when she was growing up, it was biracial. Her mother was coloured and her father was white, and she had trouble with forms filling them in because there was no form back then saying you were biracial, so she was told to fill in the form as Caucasian white. And Thomas Markle said, fill in your own box, Meghan, make your own box and tick it like you're biracial. So I find it odd this morning someone saying that Great Britain is a racist country, but that we were talking about America there, not Great Britain. Um, So I still have it in my head that my flat is 100% bugged, and so that would make me understand why the police didn't do anything when I called them, because somebody knew I was going to call the police before I actually called them, so they put Mickey Mouse on the phone not to do anything about it. None of my life is private. I don't know why. I'm very poor. I'm living as a pauper. Unless they're ashamed, I'm going to get TV crews in to see how disgusting my living conditions are, because at some point I probably will. And as to why as no one has taken me into protection when I've been assaulted in my own flat, and we have to say allegedly raped and molested. We can't say 100% it's true, because obviously it wasn't taken to court and nobody was prosecuted, because the police don't do anything when you report a crime down here. I've reported crimes for 10 years and I've ended up locked in a prison cell myself, a woman classed as mentally ill with no support, with my shoelaces in the cell. So I have every reason to dislike Great Britain, and I 100% do. And Piers Morgan said on the programme this morning to this bloke, if you don't like Great Britain, why don't you go somewhere else? This man was a professor and he had the means to do so. I don't. If someone would like to give me a ticket and some money to get the fuck out of this disgusting country that has abused me and my children, I would take it.